My name is Catherine Butler and this is Movement for Life. Today I am teaching a circuit class. There are 4 different circuits. There are 5 exercises within each circuit. The first circuit is the simple option. We're going to begin with hand weights, feet a little wider than hip distance apart, arms between the legs, push hips back, drop the weights down, and stand. So it is just simply squats using hand weights. Push hips back and stand. Push hips back and stand. Allow the arms to slide between the inner thighs. That will engage a little bit of inner thigh. Push hips back, lift. Now, as we go through the other circuits, if any of the options do not work for you, in the other 3 circuits after this one, come back to the simple option. That's what we're doing right now. Just teaching all the simple options before we add the different variations. 2 more squats. Last one. Now put the hand weights down. The second exercise in the circuit is push-ups. Simple push-ups. Hands on the floor, knees or toes connected. Hands wider than the chest. The torso drops and lifts. Make sure you're in a good plank position. Make sure the hips aren't pushing up or dropping forward, but that you have a straight line from the top of the head to the knees or the toes. Drop and lift. Lower, lift. You can do these as fast or slow as you would like, depending on what's best for you today. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. 4 more push-ups. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Take a quick stretch. And now we go to a rowing exercise. We only need 1 of our hand weights. We're going to be in quadruped position. So the weight is in one hand, the other hand connected to the mat, hands and knees position. Neutral spine. We're going to row. Row. This is the simple option. This is what we come back to if one of our other options doesn't work for us. Row. 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 Pull the elbow towards the ceiling, drawing it up past the spine. Focus on the big muscle in the back along the right side, the latissimus dorsi. Row. 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 Pull. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Quick break, and then we're going to come to the other side. Switching sides. Quadruped position. The weight is now in the other hand. Anchor abdominals in. Keep a neutral spine and row. Row. This time we're focusing on the big back muscle on the left side of the body. Really pulling the elbow towards the ceiling. Pull, lift, lift, lift. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the weight down, push hips back for a quick stretch. The next exercise is forward lunges, where we will be taking a giant step forward. They alternate. So we're just holding the hand weights down by the side. We step forward, we drop both knees, and then we step together, other leg. Lunge, step together, alternating. One foot, and then the other. The spine stays long. The weight of the torso is distributed evenly between front and back leg. Giant step forward and back. Again, this is the simple option. This first circuit, all the exercises are simple option exercises. We finish in 4, 3, 2, and one more. Step together, set the weights down. Final exercise in the circuit, traditional abdominal crunches. Feet connected to the mat, laying all the way down, hands gently behind the head. Curl up, lifting head, neck, and shoulders. That is for rectus abdominis, the muscle that runs straight up and down the center of the abdominals. Hands just gently cradling the back of the head. In the hands, it's a lift, lower, lift, lower. Keep elbows open. Each time we lift, try to get shoulder blades off the mat. Using abdominals, not the hands. The hands are just cradling the head, supporting. Lift, lower, lift, lower. We're going to accelerate the movement for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull your knees in, rock yourself up to be seated. That ends circuit 1. We have 3 more circuits to go. The next circuit is for balance challenge. So all the exercises, we add an element of a balance challenge. We begin with the squats. So we have the weight. Let me scoot that mat back. We have the weight in the hands, feet a little bit closer than the first squats. This time, as we rise in our squat, so we're going to push our hips back. As we rise, we roll all the way up to the tiptoes, finding that balance challenge. Push hips back, roll up to tiptoes. Balance challenge right there. Push hips back and lift. Push hips back. Roll up, push hips back, roll up, push hips back, and lift. Hips back, and lift. Trying to find that balance. Let me show correct form facing this direction. The spine stays long, the hips push back, then we roll up to our tiptoes, trying to maintain balance. Roll up, spine stays long, gaze faces forward, roll up to tiptoes, roll up, roll up. Let's finish with 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Roll up. Set the weights down for a moment. We now go to the push-ups. Let me show you the options for the push-ups. If your push-ups are on your knees, the balance challenge is going to be lifting one leg. If you're doing your push-ups on your toes, one leg will be lifted. We're going to do 8 push-ups each side. So you decide which position. Ready? Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quick break before we go to the other side. And we come right back up to that push-up position. Knee or toe tucked, hips dropped, opposite leg lengthened. The torso drops and lifts. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Quick break. We now go to our rowing exercise. The balance is that we're doing this in plank. Now I reminded you in the first circuit, if any of these progressions don't work, go back to the original circuit where everything was just the simple exercise. If you do want the balance challenge, toes will be tucked. Full plank position and row. 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 Pull. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. Either quadruped position or full plank. You decide the challenge you want. We have 8 rows. Here we go. Pull. 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 Finish in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, push the hips back. Quick break. We go to our alternating lunges forward. This time, as we alternate, we're going to isolate the right leg. So we're holding the weights. The right leg steps forward. Then as we step back, we lift the right knee and we find balance. Right leg again. Forward, lift. Forward, find balance. It's the balance challenge circuit. 2 more. Last one. Left leg. Lunge forward. Find balance. Lunge, lift. Lunge, lift. Both knees bend in the lunge. Lift. Try to maintain balance. 2 more. Last one. You may notice balance is a little better on one side than the other. Now we do 4 with the right leg. Lunge and lift. Lunge, lift. 2 more. Last one. Now we do 4 on the left. Lunge, lift. Lunge, lift. Lunge, lift. Set it down. 2 on the right side. Lunge, lift. Lunge, balance. Then 2 on the left. Balance. Balance. We go to singles. Right leg, lift, set it down. Left leg, lift, 2 more. Lift, 1 more. Lift. Go ahead and set the weights down. We go back to abdominals. Laying all the way down. This time, the balance challenge for abdominals is having knees lifted. 90-degree angle under the knees, hands behind the head, curl up, lifting head, neck, and shoulders, and drop. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Continue lifting and lowering the torso. Keep the knees directly over the hips. By lifting and lowering torso, we're working rectus abdominis. By keeping the legs in this position, That engages transverse abdominis, like a capital T in the abdominals. 2 more slow. Last one, now we accelerate the movement. It's a lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull your knees in, hands behind the legs, rock yourself up to be seated. That concludes circuit 2. We have 2 more circuits. The third circuit is a plyometric challenge. So, we're going to begin holding one weight. Everything in this circuit is about plyometrics or added range of motion. So this one, we swing the single weight. We're holding each end of the weight in each hand. I'm holding one weight. We swing. As we lift, we power up. It's a drop, power up. Drop, lift. Drop, lift. Drop, jump. Plyometrics are really good for bone density. Gets the heart rate going, which is always a good thing. Good for cardiovascular. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Stand tall. The push-ups now are either plyometric push-ups or an increased range of motion. So options. We're doing 8 push-ups. You can do a push-up where you lower, lift, and as you lift, you power up. Or you can increase your range of motion by lowering, lifting, and then pushing the torso higher. It's a lower, lift, push higher. You decide where you're going, knees or with toes tucked. We have 8. It's a drop, power up, either jump off the hands or push the torso higher. Drop and lift. This is number 3, lift. Number 4, push higher or jump. Number 5, push higher or jump. Number 6, push higher or jump. Number 7, push higher. And number 8, push higher or jump the hands. Push hips back. The next exercise is going to be pretty intense. I'm going to move my mat because it will get in the way. We go from a plank position. These are our rowing exercises with the plyometrics or increased range of motion. So we go from plank, we row one arm, then we frog jump forward. We jump back to squat, other arm, or to plank. Jump forward to squat, jump back to plank. One arm, jump forward, jump back, other arm, jump forward. We have 4 more. One arm, forward, back, other arm. 1 more each side. Row, frog jump, row, frog jump, and stand. For plyometrics with the lunges, we don't use the weights. So go ahead and get them out of the way. They're jumping lunges. Jump, jump, switch, switch. This will really get heart rates going. Increase speed. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Abdominals. Final exercise of the circuit. Laying all the way down. Range of motion is what increases. Knees, 90-degree angle. Hands gently behind the head. Curl up, lifting head, neck, shoulders. Now twist right elbow to left knee. Lower down, switch sides. Left elbow to right knee. And switch. We keep legs stable. This is working the obliques, the crisscross muscles in the abdominals that twist us up and around. Lift and twist. Lift and twist. Lift, twist. Lift, twist. 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 Finish in 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the knees in, rock yourself up to be seated. We have completed 3 circuits. We have 1 to go. Our final circuit is about changing the planes of motion. So it just changes or rotates. There's a lot of different planes of motion. We can tilt side, forward, and you'll notice as we go through this circuit, the different planes of motion. So our first exercise has always been the squat. We're gonna only hold one weight in the hand. We push the hips back, we drop the weight towards the right ankle, then as we stand, we press it over the left shoulder. So it's a push back and press. Changing our movement or our planes of motion. We have 2 more with this arm. Last one. And we switch sides. Weight in the left hand, drop the weight to the left ankle, then reach it over the right shoulder. So it's a drop and reach. Drop, reach. Both knees bend, and then we reach. Both knees bend and reach. We have 4 more. Two more. Last one. Excellent. Now we go to push-ups. With the push-ups, we change our planes of movement or motion. So if we're on our knees, come with me. We're going to do a push-up, then we're going to roll onto one side and reach the top arm towards the ceiling or the sky. We drop, other side, twist and reach. Push up, lower, lift, twist, reach. Lower, lift, twist, reach. Lower, lift, twist, reach. Lower, lift, twist, reach. One more each side. I'm going to show you what it looks like in the full push-up. Lower, lift, twist, reach. One more. Lower, lift, twist, reach, and push hips back. Going back to the rows. Again, changing our planes of motion or planes of movement. We need both weights. We row, then we rotate. Then we bring the weight back down. Row back, rotate torso. This can be done in the hands and knees position. Knees on plank. Row, rotate, row, bring the elbow around the back, or it can be done in full plank. Row, wrap, set it down. Row, wrap, set it down. Let's do one more each side. Row, wrap, set it down. Row, wrap, set it down. Excellent. Now we go back to our lunges. It's the alternating lunges. We're going to hold one weight between each hand. We go back to the alternating right and left. As we step forward with the right, the weight drops towards the front hip. So we bend and drop, lift, step together, other leg. Step forward, bend, drop, lift, step together. Bend, drop the weight, step together, let's step forward, drop the weight, step together, step forward, drop the weight, step together, step forward, drop the weight. Notice that spinal rotation right there. Good for spinal mobility. Step forward and drop. Step together. Step forward and drop. Step together. Drop. Together. Drop. One more each side. Drop. Together. One more. Drop. Together. Go ahead and set that weight down. Abdominals. Final exercise of all 4 circuits. Laying all the way down. 90-degree angle under the knees, hands down by hips. Touch the right toe. Lift. Touch the left. Lift. Touch right. This is for lower tummy. Transverse abdominis. Keep a neutral spine. Touch right. Touch left. Touch right. Touch left. Both toes lower and lift. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Finish in 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Pull your knees in. We are done. We're going to do a quick cool down or stretch, which is good for the transition. For our next workout, go ahead and circle out the knees. Circle out the knees. Big circle. Really good for the hips, for the inner thighs. And reverse the direction of the circle. Push the knees down, then open around to lift. Push, open, lift. Push, open, lift. Push, open, lift. Rock yourself up to be seated. We're going to take a giant step forward with the right foot, dropping the hips, lengthening the left leg behind. So we're in a deep runner's lunge. We have one hand on each side of that front foot. The knee is directly over the ankle. We're going to tuck the back toe and lift the back knee if that feels comfortable to you. And then set the right hand on the right knee and twist torso that direction towards that leg. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can reach your top arm up towards the ceiling and gently circle through the shoulder socket. Now reverse the direction of that circle. Set that hand down. Bring the back knee down to the mat. Lengthen the front leg. Keep the torso leaning towards the front leg. Lengthening the back of that front leg. Once you feel comfortable with that, go ahead and flex that front foot. You can reach your fingertips towards the toe, or you can leave your hands on the mat. Breathe through your stretching. Now bring that leg behind and take a giant step forward with the other foot. Drop hips forward. Each hand is framing the leg. The knee is over the ankle. Hips are dropping, stretching hip flexor on that back leg. Tuck the back toe, disconnect the back knee. Now set the left hand on the left knee and twist the torso. And if you feel comfortable with that, you can reach that hand up to the ceiling and begin to circle out the shoulder. Reverse the direction of the circle. Set that hand down on the mat. Lower the back knee. Bend the back knee, lengthen the front leg. Bring the chest as close to the front leg as possible. Once you feel comfortable with that, you can go ahead and flex that front foot. Hands can stay on the mat or reach for the toe. And we're getting a big length down that front leg. And set that knee down, bring hands behind the back, clasp hands together, open up the chest. So we've made a fist with the hands, and we're opening the chest. This concludes our circuit workout with the 4 different circuits. Let's take a deep breath in, inhale, lift. find a way to move every